Welcome to another episode of this incredible space and place that we have created to bring the latest and the greatest of what's happening in our real estate industry. Something that we all know is affecting absolutely every real estate agent, team leader, broker in our area. But the good news is we've got solutions, we've got ideas, innovations. We've got so many phenomenal things that we have been working on for the last several months. And today we're going to be talking about one of those things that is new and ready to be unlocked, unveiled. But before we talk about that, I want to ask you to go ahead and give us a hashtag live if you're watching this live, or a hashtag replay if you're watching us on replay, and share this with someone that you know is in real estate. We're going to go deep today on what's happening in our industry, and we're going to go even deeper on the solutions that we are bringing to the table, because in every market there is new opportunity. It doesn't matter what the market is doing. History has proven that we are able to find new ideas, new strategies. We're able to innovate. And that's why high performers and top producers make money in every single market that we could be in. I am going to have my two guests join me in this conversation today. And here they are. I'm going to have, how you guys doing?
Good.
How are you?
Super excited to be here. So let's kick it off. Talia, say hello to everyone, introduce yourself.
Hi.
And I'm super happy that we're here today.
Yes, awesome. My name is Talia. I am the lead agent and business development director with Q International Experts. And I'm super excited to be here, giving different perspectives and being the voice of what's going on in today's market, right? So, can't wait to kick it off.
And we are joined here by a familiar face in our marketplace and also here on Agents in the Trenches. And I'm going to let her introduce herself.
Hi, ladies. Thank you so much for the invite. So my name is Vera Martinez. I am a loan officer with NRM Mortgage, and I am so excited to be here with these strong, beautiful women who always bring so much to the table. Thank you for the invite.
Well, today we are going to be diving deep into what's happening in the market. I'm going to let you lead it, Talia, because I know that as the lead agent here at Q International and all the things that we've been working on and diving deep since January, right? It seems like it was just yesterday, and here we are 6 months into the year. We put a lot of projects in place. We put a lot of things. You've been having deep conversations. I've been having conversations with agents. So tell us a little bit about what we're going to discover and what we're going to unpack and unveil today.
Yeah, so I've had a lot of conversations, especially yesterday. Like Lucy had mentioned, we put together a lot of projects that is going to reach a lot of people, right? It's going to help a lot of realtors in the area, and we just been, sharing what it looks like, what it is, and how we can help. So yesterday I had a jam-packed schedule with a lot of agents and kind of going over. So it was interesting because I got different perspectives, right? I always, every time going into the meeting, I'm always like, kind of ready and I'm excited and, because what we have is exciting, right? And there was one interesting conversation that I had, and I want to share it because there's probably a lot of agents that have this specific mindset, and I just want to kind of shine some light into it a little bit. So when I started the presentation, I was talking about how we put together several programs, right, that allows us to collaborate with different agents no matter the brand or the brokerage, and we're looking to disrupt the real estate culture of the frenemy kind of thing, right? Like, I like you, whatever, but we're still, competition. There's a lot of competition in this industry, and we're looking to disrupt that by the projects that we have together, because it allows us to collaborate and work together and elevate not only in our production, but our community, right? And so he tells me, he's like, so I was looking at him, and you can tell he was already starting to get a little bit uncomfortable. And then he mentioned, he's like, oh, that's never going to happen. And I'm like, I got taken back a little bit. I was like, okay, and he's a new real estate agent. And so I'm like, wow. I mean, and I'm very honest, I'm very upfront and transparent. So I'm like, well, I mean, to be honest with you, with that mindset, you're right. It's not going to happen. And maybe this might not even be a good program, or maybe none of these projects are really going to be a good fit for you because of that mindset, you know? And so it almost makes me wonder, it's like, wow, there's probably a lot of people that feel that same way. And it's sad because it's like, come on, we all have the same goal in this industry. Like, we want to help people, right? And we all want to get to the closing table. So imagine, we're probably going to end up doing a deal together. Who knows? And, you know, it was pretty interesting to see that. So
what's your perspective on that, V, as you are speaking with real estate professionals and walking into brokerages and connecting with local real estate leaders? What's the conversation that you hear? Is there unity, or are people still, you know, wanting to be or having to be lone rangers, lone wolves out there just trying to navigate these crazy industry waters on their own? What have you seen?
You know, it's funny that Talia says that because I kind of had a similar conversation this morning. So I'm actually collaborating with other, you know, people in the real estate industry. We're putting together an event for the community. Like, that's the keyword, community, right? So we're preparing, we're excited, and one of the people that I'm collaborating with, she's like, hey, you know, after we started sharing, you know, our event, I noticed a lot of other people sharing about, you know, something similar. And I said, you know what, that's good. I'm glad they're doing it, because the purpose of us doing this is to help the community, right? So if we are putting together this event and other people are modeling it, I'm happy, because then you know what that means? That means that a lot more people are going to be served. A lot of more people are going to get the help that they need. So instead of me thinking, oh, they're competing with me, oh, they're copying me, right? Oh, they're doing the same thing as me. I say, you know what? I'm happy and I'm glad they're doing it, because then that means a lot more people are going to get the help. A lot of more people are going to get the message, right? So Talia, you are 100% right. It's a mindset. It's a mindset. It's a mindset of, not just a mindset of abundance, but at the end of the day, like you mentioned, the purpose. Our purpose is bigger. My purpose is bigger than me. My purpose is bigger than my paycheck. I always say, mission over commission. That's something that I live by. Mission over commission. It's, of course, you know, this is what we do, but at the end of the day, my purpose is to help people. So if I'm not able to reach all of those people, maybe someone else does, right? Mm-hmm. So I think the same thing with the you know, with the real estate agents, because of how the market is, we go, well, I'm going to include myself, we might go into survival mode, which means I fence for myself, I take care of myself, I'm not helping anybody. Or more like you said, oh, now I look at everyone as my competition, because maybe there's not as much business as there was before.
And that's such an interesting topic. And yes, I witnessed that conversation many times in my career about, and I think it comes from a trajectory and a mindset of, you know, lack. Mm-hmm. You know, real estate is very competitive, and, you know, competitiveness is good, right? Competitiveness is good. It's good to unleash the competitive side that we all have, and it's good to have a competitive spirit, and it's good to, you know, put yourself in a position where you want to win. I mean, like Ed Milet says, winning is more fun than fun is fun. However, there's friendly competition. And friendly competition is what our industry needs more now than ever. And that's where I'm a firm believer that there's enough to go around. We don't have to be lone wolves. And at the end of the day, like I was speaking with someone earlier today, even as a coach, my clients, right? My students throughout the years have also helped me to learn. because together we are better, because together we're stronger. And so I believe that it is a lack of leadership in our industry, where leaders are not always willing to open up their playbook because they may think that if I show people what to do, they're going to become my competition, when that is such a scarcity mindset. And if we need to, be the difference. We need to set a new standard. We need to be the voice. And I remember, and Talia is my witness, back in November of 2021, I said to Talia, I said, I'm going to teach you how to be not just a realtor in the community, but how to be a frontline leader. So drop frontline leader in the chat. There is a difference between being a leader and being a frontline leader. And we can go back and we'll see how every month after month I held my networking events, and month after month I would be at the networking events, inviting people together. And so here we are now looking back, right? It's June of 2023. And now we see the power of community, which community is really common unity, something that is very scarce in our industry. But what a fantastic opportunity that we get to be the frontline leaders, demonstrating, hey, look, this is what community looks like. This is what building a community looks like. As a matter of fact, we're not just saying it, we're doing it. And like you said, V, people are starting to emulate it. They're starting to imitate it. They're starting to jump on, right? And we continue to move forward because we're just getting started. I'm just getting started, and I'm loving what we're doing.
Exactly. I think it's perspective and mindset of how to look at things. I've learned through the years that when things get hard, you have to build your community, because those are the hard times when you're going to need your support. And in the real estate industry, like I collaborate with a lot of people, because I'm a lender. Of course, I close loans, but I work with real estate agents. And there could be buyers agents, there could be listing agents. I work with title companies, insurance companies. Everyone involved. So instead of me saying, I'm just gonna fence for myself, I'm gonna do whatever it takes for me to win, I want to be surrounded by strong people in the community, because I know like hard times, we're gonna have to have a really strong team. Because hard times are coming. I'm not saying that everything is rainbows and butterflies, but what I'm saying is that if we know it's coming, this is the time for us, for everyone, for all of us to unite and just have a strong community and a strong industry.
And speaking of community, Talia, what are we working on next? And there's a purpose behind this conversation today. So let's start to unlock a little bit about what we're working on here.
Yeah. So do we want to talk about June 27th?
There you go. Let's get it.
Awesome. Well, we are doing a part 2 to the social media masterclass that we had last month. And I want to kind of talk about that last event, but the second part of it, we're actually going to talk about, creating the content, right? Like what do you put out there, right? And then how do you schedule yourself to put it out there? And let's create a whole month of content, and let's actually implement. So this is going to be super powerful, and we're also going to launch something extremely powerful that day as well. I don't know if Lucy, you want to touch on that a little bit, but
yes. But before we go there,
yes.
I want V, because V, how long have you been in Southwest Florida?
22 years.
And you got into, give it, because there's going to be different people watching this, and I'm sure just like all of us, someone may not know a little bit about your story. So give us the elevator speech of who you are, where you come from, and what you're actually doing, and because that's what qualifies you to be our speaker on the 27th. So give us your 30-second elevator speech on your bio.
Of course, yeah. So I started I used to work at an accounting law firm many years ago, and because I have a bachelor's degree in accounting, and about 4 years and a half ago, I had the opportunity to start in the mortgage industry, and I didn't know what I was getting myself into. I honestly didn't even know exactly what the industry entailed. I didn't know anybody in the industry to even guide me or give me a point of reference. So I literally it was just a leap of faith where I started, and I'm still here. And one thing that I learned that it was that the community really needed someone to take care of them, give them the highest level of service, something that they were not getting, especially the Hispanic community, and that they really needed someone who could understand not only their language stuff, but that could understand their culture. And it has become something bigger where now I'm just helping other people in the industry, not just, loan officers, but a lot of, like I said before, I'm just like helping them navigate through this, what we're going through right now. And it has helped me connect with so many great people in the community. And at the same time, that allows me to offer, the best service to my clients, because I can connect them with good people in the community, people that I trust, people that I know that they will give them the same level of service that I do.
And one of the things that I loved about what you did at our last, networking event, which also was a workshop that then turned into a interactive lab where everybody was just creating content, was the fact that, this is something that you do day in and day out. And I love seeing that, because that's where, the talkers are separated from the doers, right? So you do this. So this is actually, you're teaching what you're doing. And when we spoke about what's coming on the 27th, you told us now we're going to take it to the next level. So tell us a little bit about exactly what people can expect to receive from you on the 27th.
Yeah, so the second class, because I'm a big believer on execution. I mean, we can have best plan, the biggest, the most beautiful plan, but if you're not executing, then you're not going to see any results, right? So the next class, which I'm so excited about, is going to be about content creation and execution, because again, I learned that with time. Like I'm a thinker. That's what I do. Like I can write notes and I can write ideas for years, right? But one thing that I noticed personally that I was lacking was that I was not executing. I had the best ideas and and everything, but everything was staying here. Even sometimes it would get to my notebook and I would write it, but I was not executing. So now I'm helping other people, and I just create the content, but I'm going to help them execute. So one thing that I mentioned that we're going to do, we're going to plan a month of content. So at least that way it gives them an idea. Okay, Viri said that I need to create my content and I need to execute, but how do I do that? Because that's the piece that I notice that people are lacking, because I get that question all the time. So what do I post? Like, but tell me if you tell me what I post and I post it. So I think this would be a great start for people if they want to get into creating content.
And I love the fact that you talk about you're an executor, right? You execute. And I think that that's so powerful, because a lot of people stay in the informational side of things, but until you execute, you really don't internalize, right? And I love that's what you bring to the table, because I'm the first one to raise my hand and say, yes, I need to plan my month, because I do a lot of content. I put a lot of stuff out there. I've been learning social media since 2014. I've been teaching it since 2014, because as I learned it and I taught it and I did it, but it's constantly changing. And listen, I'm the first one to say, for me to go to that next level, I need to know how to put this content together. So I'm really stoked about that. I'm super stoked about that. And but we're gonna take it to the next level, because I love when you said you believe in execution. I believe in leading from the front. I believe in being a frontline player. I believe in being a world-class player. I believe in being on my A game every day, whether I feel like it or don't feel like it, because what I've learned throughout the years is that the doers will always win, And so speaking of going to the next level, Talia, this is your moment. What are we launching on the 27th alongside with this fabulous and tremendous workshop that V is bringing us?
So we are launching the Southwest Florida Realtor Mastermind, where we are going to get together and do exactly that. I mean, share some golden nuggets. I believe we're going to have some people, some high performers, talking about what they're doing that's working, and what they're doing or what they're not doing that they found out that it just doesn't work anymore. And it's just going to be like incredible. I'm super excited for that. But it's something where Lucy's been saying this for a while now. I mean, it's time to get loud here in the Southwest Florida market, because a lot of time, I mean, we're too quiet, I feel. We've gone to Orlando, we've gone to all of these different events, and they're loud, and we don't have anything like that here in this area. So that is what we're gonna start getting loud.
I love it. And so what's going to be happening is we are going to have this phenomenal workshop led by V Martinez on content creation, content execution. But after that last event, which was absolutely, I don't know about you guys, but I absolutely loved the vibe, the energy, the camaraderie, the connection, the community, the collaboration. I said, okay, what's next? Because there's more. Like, I know there's more. I know there's more people out there that we can, raise up and help. And I know there's more agents out there that are wanting to, show up and level up. And I know that we can take this up a notch. And so I said, well, you know what? We don't have a Southwest Florida Realtors Mastermind. So there you go. So V, you're going to be one of our panelists. You're going to get to open up your playbook and really, give people an intimate look into what is it that you're doing to stay afloat. But we want you to bring the real, raw truth. Like, don't sugarcoat it. Don't give us the edited version. Don't give us the, the what do you call it, the cut cap part. We want the bloopers. We want the mornings when you wake up and your brain doesn't want to kick in. We want the real raw truth of the blood, the sweat, the tears of, and that I think is what's going to do something that I was able to put it into a word this past weekend when I took a deep dive, total 60-hour immersion with Tony Robbins in his Leadership Academy. And the word is co-elevate. A word that I had never heard before, but I've always been saying I want to elevate real estate leaders to their next level. But co-elevate is a powerful concept. So tell us what you think about what you're going to get to do as one of our panelists. And what are your thoughts? What's happening in the community? What are you feeling? What does your heart tell you?
Yeah, no, and I love the concept. You know what? Because I feel like everything tends to be, especially online, edited. Right? Like, I always like, oh my gosh, like, I wish I could do your videos like you. Oh my gosh, like, you make it like seem so easy. And I tell them the reality is some of those videos I record 20 times. You can ask everybody. Like my man, Giovanni, my manager, always says like Vera is the best at making videos, but you can ask her. Like, she struggles, and that's truth. And I tell people, I'm like, no, I struggle making the videos. Like, it takes me sometimes 20 takes, 30 takes. And like you said, in reality, there are days that my mind and my body and are not connected, and I just can't. The words don't even come out. So that's the truth. Like, there's days that I don't even feel like doing it. But something that I learned and that I have trained myself to do is this something powerful that I heard a few weeks ago, where it says you have to lead not with motivation but with discipline. Because you can be motivated. Like, I'm the most positive person. Like, it doesn't matter what's happening, but there are days that I'm tired. I'm human. I'm tired.
You're human.
And I'm not as motivated. But then I have to remind myself, it doesn't matter how I'm feeling today. I still have to execute. I still have to show up. I still have to do what I need to do. I need to take care of my clients. I need to answer. So I feel like sharing that, like being vulnerable, opens allows other people to open up, because then they can see, oh, you know what, I'm feeling that way too. Or yeah, like there's days I don't have the energy, or I don't feel like, picking up the phone and calling people.
Oh my gosh, I know.
But I still do it because I know in our business, that's how we connect with people, right? And I know a lot of agents especially struggle with that. And I said, look, I don't always feel like picking up the phone, but I still do it, because if I don't show up today, believe me, I'm going to regret it in a week or two. So I think sharing, like you said, the raw and real, and being vulnerable with people, it just helps them open up, and then it allows them to say, you know what, I'm going through that too, and it's okay, because we're gonna get through it together.
And it makes you relatable. You said something which is very true. I mean, people see your videos, and we all know that a lot of them, right, unless it's a live like this one, right, where it's uncut and unedited. Most videos are edited, but there's something even bigger and deeper. A lot of videos are filtered, right? Like, who the heck does a reel without a filter? I mean, I don't even want to, let me So for me, I'm just so grateful that God has given me the vision and the boldness and the courage to just take these leaps of faith and just say, you know what, I'm just going to take a leap of faith, and I'm going to believe that the leaders are going to show up, and the people are going to show up, and that those that need to be part of this are going to be there supporting it and promoting it, and not just thinking about themselves, but you know what, thinking about others. And so I think Southwest Florida Realtors Mastermind is going to be a space and a place for what I've been talking about for a year and a half, community, which is really common unity, where I'm going to get to do what I've been talking about for 2 years, which is elevating leaders to that next level, elevating real estate leaders to that next level. But I'm so happy that I was able to put a word to it, which is co-elevate. We're going to co-elevate. And speaking of co-elevating, I'd like to take it one step further, in the next couple of minutes that we have. And those conversations you're having with realtors out there that are jumping ship. Like when we spoke this week, I'm like, oh my God, this is like the Titanic. People are literally jumping ship.
Yeah.
They don't know what to do. Tell us about that.
Yes. Well, it's again, this is not 2020 anymore, where you could like list the house and it would sell itself, and then you would get over asking and people would fight over them, or things like that. The market has changed. It's not changing. The market has already changed and done everything that it could do, I hope. So it has become hard for everyone in the industry, I think. So I had conversations with real estate agents that they're either not doing real estate anymore, or they're having to find a part-time job, or things like that. And it's because and I think you and I had this conversation before, a lot of them don't have the support that they need.
Right.
A lot of them don't have that from their leadership. They don't have that, especially the new agents. I work with some new agents, and I help them as much as I can, because I can see they struggle. It's already like hard or difficult, more difficult to get a client, to get them under contract and do everything, and not having the support, or not having the mentorship, or not having the guidance. I mean, I cannot even imagine how that looks like. So I'm hearing a lot of that or people getting discouraged because they just don't know where to go.
Right.
Or like I said, they're just fencing for themselves, just like, just do what you can, and that's it. So I definitely think that there's a lack of support, a lack of mentorship, a lack of, just like wanting to help. Like I feel like a lot of people right now, like I said before, they are in survival mode.
Wow. Yep. And so the other day after we spoke, I had a vision. I'm a visionary, right? I didn't know I was going to be a visionary when I first got into real estate. I was just trying to survive because I didn't know how to put a deal together, and I didn't even have 2 pennies to rub together. So, my journey has been rock bottom always. like the song, I've always started from the bottom, right? But now we're here. And I had a vision the other day, and I said, you know what? Oh my goodness, this is literally like watching the Titanic, which ironically I started talking about this day in 2020 and telling my agents, you have to learn how to do real estate, because right now we're on the Titanic and it's a beautiful, sunny, breezy day in the open ocean, but there's going to come a moment where this Titanic is going to start taking on water. So fast forward, my vision was, you know what? I've got the life rafts. I have the life rafts. I've got the tugboats. I've got the sailors that know how to navigate these uncharted waters. And I told Talia, you know what? It's time to get loud. It's time to get loud. And I told you, I said, listen, send them on my way, because I don't want to look back and wonder, could I have helped someone change their life? I don't want to look back and wonder, could I have helped someone to survive this, market that is so uncertain and so challenging? I don't want to be remiss. I don't want to look back. And so Southwest Florida Realtor Mastermind is going to be that place. And there's so many people reaching out. So I'm going to have Talia, I don't know if you already dropped the link on the chat so people can literally grab a ticket. They are going fast. And this time we have collaborators who are promoting this. So you know what, guys? And I want to thank you, V, for being one of these selfless frontline leaders that is sharing what we're going to be doing on the 27th, that is here taking up your valuable day and time to be part of the solution, to be one of those people that are saying, listen, we're here for each other. So I don't want to take too much of your time, but Southwest Florida Realtor Mastermind is going to be unbelievable. And I already have other leaders that are raising their hands and they're saying, Lucy, I'm willing to open up my playbook. I am willing to share what I'm doing to stay afloat. So are there any closing words that you want to share with everyone that's going to watch this now or later?
Well, I want to encourage everyone to just show up. Honestly, not just show up to the event, but like show up every day. That's one thing that I keep telling people, that I know I'm not saying everything is, again, easy and whatever. And this is not just me being positive. This is me saying and encouraging people to show up for themselves, to do, like you said, not look back later and say, I should have done it. You know what? I should have gone to that class. You know what? I should have reached out. I should have asked for help, and I didn't. And I wonder how my life would look like right now, right? So I would like to invite everyone to come to the event, to share with people. I always tell you know what, if this event is not for you, I get it, but will you mind sharing it with someone that you care about, someone that you think that could benefit from this? So I would like to, welcome everyone in the community to show up for themselves, not to show up for me, for Lucy or Talia, but to show up for themselves and do, whatever it takes to be successful.
Yes, I totally agree. Thank you so much, V. Talia, bring it home. What do you want to tell people? Where can they reach out? I know you have been having conversations with a lot of agents. I've been having a lot of conversations with agents. This is our moment to make a difference in our community. So bring it home. What do we say?
Yeah, so if you want to reach out, we do have put together production projects, right? That is a focus on producing in this market and activities that's going to actually make a difference in, your pocket. So if you want to hear anything about what we're doing, I am going to drop my my calendar so you can set up a time with me so we can talk and just discover, what it is that you want to do in your business and how we can help you. But I'll leave it at that. I'll go ahead and put that. And I hope to see you guys there. And thank you, ladies, so much for another amazing episode of Agents in the Trenches. And have an amazing day.
All right, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. Share this with someone you care about.
Yes.
Talk to you guys later.
Bye.